So there's a difference between bacteria and viruses. That's why when you come in and you ask me for an antibiotic and I think it's a virus, you're not getting the antibiotic because it won't treat it. Now there's differences in viruses too, whether it's double-stranded or single-stranded, DNA versus RNA. Did you know that plants can be infected with viruses, especially RNA viruses? This is how the mRNA vaccine will be able to be put into your plants, and you'll be vaccinated through spinach. Just a few facts. HIV, herpes, chickenpox are all DNA viruses, while COVID, flu are RNA viruses, single-stranded. So giving HIV medication like remdesivir are not going to work. However, the same receptor is used, the CD147, which is in the glucoprotein super pathway in the receptor that COVID attaches to, is the same pathway of CD4 and CD8, which we know we check those with HIV. By the time that we have gotten you to the hospital and you're being treated with an antiviral, it's kind of late. Your immune system has already been under attack. And that's why the antivirals really don't work. However, monoclonal antibodies do work. They attach to that same receptor, the CD147, and that's where we can treat the patient. That's the reason why there's opportunistic infections, like in HIV or AIDS. When your immune system is low, you get something called a fungal pneumonia. Just like in COVID, when your immune system is low enough, you get a pneumonia. I will say it's a viral or bacterial pneumonia. That's why we're able to use azithromycin, a Z-Pak, because it has antiviral properties. And it helps with inflammation. Let me not forget the receptors from vitamin D that actually plug those receptors, because vitamin D not only acts as a vitamin, it's also a steroid. The more you know. Better outcomes with those who have a more normal vitamin D level. However, I have seen those that had a normal level, but they got infected, and the vitamin D, as well as other hormones like testosterone, was completely drained within a day. So it needs to be supplemented even when you're sick and in the hospital, which they wasn't trying to do in the beginning. Naturally, our vitamin D is lower in the winter, or it can be low in the summertime as well, especially places like California, Arizona, because, well, it's 120 some degrees, or Nevada. It's so hot. You guys are in the house anyway, so you're not getting a lot of sun, and vitamin D levels can be low. When your vitamin D levels are low, you have higher risk for viruses.